Good morning, everybody. This is Tony Fapiano. I'm coming to you from the Guilford Community Center, actually, for the annual Guilford Rotary Club Senior Luncheon, which has been going on for I don't know how many years. I'm going to find that out now. I am with the gentleman who actually makes it possible to do this today, because he's done it. He's not done this before, right?
Yes, I'm finally getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
43 times we've done it.
43?
43.
Did somebody precede you? This is Al Jacobs, by the way, and Tim Galvin. Al is the current and former and forever chairman of this event. Tim is going to be helping out on it, I understand, next year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
But the bottom line here is I wanted to know a little bit more about the history of this. What happened before you took it over? Was this ever exist?
No, it was a brainchild of John Peterson and John Beckman. We grew up in town, John and I, and to give back to the people that really set the example for us. And so guess what? Now we have the young Tim Galvin here.
As co-host in the future.
Well, you know, the other thing is you're a young guy. And we are all
relatively.
not as old as him, but we're old.
I'm not as old as you, pal.
Well, that's why I want to take over the house so we can sit and enjoy this.
Okay, well, we're gonna, actually, I have a couple of people helping me today as well. I want to recognize Jane Romero is behind the camera right now. And she's going to be doing camera and editing too, because we have two cameras, which is a little unusual for the way I've handled this in the past. And you brought Ron Johnson with you as well.
And thank you. We'll talk about the Lobster Fest.
Yeah.
With the help of others. Dawn was involved as well. We organized a road race for the Lobster Fest. It was successful.
Well, is that going to happen again?
Oh yeah.
The Guilford Rotary Club is involved in a myriad of activities during the course of the year. And another thing that's actually kind of a sub-part of what we're doing today with this luncheon continues later on tonight. This doesn't end with the luncheon, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And the gentleman I'm talking to right now is Reef Tejan. He's been in control, I think, of the second part of this day for a long time. How long?
Well, I started doing it 42 years ago when I joined the club. I guess I took over being in charge of, I don't know, 32 or 35.
And I didn't mention what it is that we actually do later. Why don't you mention? Where are we going? And what do we do it to? And why?
We're going to Apple Rehab, used to be Fowler's, and we Christmas carol. For the group. It's the most receptive group that you could possibly have. They love it. We love going up there, and we will do it at 5:30 tonight. And have a blast.
I've never done that before. How many of the folks that live there actually show up for the performance?
Who are in that room?
For the performance.
I'm gonna say between 25 and 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
They bring them in, and they have a great time.
Yeah.
A number of them sing along with us.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah. And others are moving with the music, so you know that most of them know what's going on.
Well, we're going to hear some singers here today later as well, because I understand that Voices from Guilford High School are coming again, as they have in the past. And we have Cadillac John Sevilla here as well, doing some entertainment for us. So I'm going to go actually get a word with him.
So thank
All right,
you.
Reef. All right, thanks very much. The Rotary Club does a lot of preparation and serving and setting up and cleaning up and so forth. But this gentleman next to me right now, Larry Santa Maria, who is a full-time person here at the Community Center, is the guy that orchestrates all this. He's the infrastructure.
We do the seniors meal and also the meals on Wheels. We got the meals on early, mentioned early. We came down around 4:30 this morning and started.
Did you really?
Then these guys, I had them come in around 6:30. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, the meals on Wheels program. Meals 130 to 150.
How does somebody at home qualify to get a meal on Wheels?
Just call volunteers.
I really appreciate, obviously, the Rotary Club appreciates you doing everything for us. But what you do for the community is just phenomenal.
I do have staff who are very good. Now in Guilford, my partner, I actually really got to thank you for stuff as well. They're so supportive. They're so supportive. It's like, obviously the cost of what they charge you seniors to go wasn't subsidized. So no. Vice Director.
Hey, Larry, thanks so much. Have a good holiday. All right. I just barged in on somebody else that just sat down and did not realize that if she sat down, she was going to be interviewed and be on GCTV. Who are you? And you from Guilford? Have you been here before? What do you like about this? Why are you here?
With a friend from Guilford. No, Guilford has good foods.
Everybody knows, I call him Chief. You know why I call him Chief? Because he used to be the Chief of Police here for a long time.
Years ago.
And you were a police officer before that.
Yeah, 40 years. I did. Started in 75 and retired in 2015.
And you've been a Rotarian for how long now?
20-some years.
Yeah. And you actually work in the kitchen.
Yes, I do.
Do you know anything about cooking?
Yeah, I cook at home.
Does Janine know that you know anything about
Oh
cooking?
yeah, we share the load at home.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's good to hear. Peter, come over here, Peter. Peter, before he came to Guilford, lived in Essex. He was actually first selectman.
First selectman for 8 years in Essex. I mean, we moved all around New England because of a special needs job or my job, different jobs, and joined 7 other Rotary clubs. Guilford's the best, however,
Yeah, we do a good job here.
because it's
Hey, Peter, great to see you. I'm glad you did come back. All right, let me see who these people are. And you are?
Carol.
Okay, you from Guilford?
I'm actually from Clinton.
Clinton. All right, I love
I lived
Clinton.
in Guilford.
You used to live in Guilford. Now, what brought you here today?
My friends, Wireless here from Guilford, and some others, they will take them out along with us.
Hey, who are you? Have you guys been to this event before?
No.
First time?
First time for me, yeah.
And I came several years ago.
We're so glad you are here. By the way, it's a sellout. It's the biggest crowd we've ever had. I think we have something like 250 seniors. This is an important person to talk to.
Very important.
All right, and let me tell you why it's very important. I'm with Wayne Stasky. Wayne is a longtime Rotarian, past president, the whole 9 yards. But this year, you took on the responsibility for our annual 5K road race on January 1st, called the Frosty 5K.
That's right.
First of all, what is crazy about you that you took on that? Because that's a big responsibility.
Well, a couple of the former individuals that were on the committee have basically moved on. The place was open.
Somebody had to do it.
Someone had to do
And
it.
you stepped up.
That's right.
For people that don't know anything about the Frosty 5K, I know it's New Year's Day. Tell us about it.
It's our 38th Frosty 5K.
38th.
38th. And run on January 1. The race kicks off at 10:30. We have our kids fun run, and then at 11 o'clock is the main one, the 5K. We have a 2K for the walkers. And the neat thing is, halfway around the race, by the marina, we have a bag open.
Oh, you do?
Yes, it's one of our major fundraisers right now.
If somebody has not yet registered, by the way, how is registration going?
We're about 20% ahead of last year.
Are you really?
So,
But if somebody hasn't registered, they want to go online, because you do it online now, right?
that's right. You can go online. You can go to the Guilford Rotary site,
Which is?
guilfordrotaryct.org.
Okay.
And or you can go run sign up, look up for Frosty 5K, and you can register even the day of the race.
Oh, you can?
You can.
I'm going to help that morning, yeah.
Yeah.
What does it cost?
It's right now it's $30 per individual.
Now, $30 a person. I asked that question because this costs money to put on today.
That's right.
And we don't charge $1 from anybody in this room. Some of the money we make at the road race picks up the tab here.
That's right.
It's one of the many things that we support.
That's right. You know, the funds we raise in the Frosty 5K goes all back in the community in the area.
Absolutely.
And whether it's memorial educational fund for scholarships or to live in the town or live, it just goes all back to the community. That's what we're doing, is to give back to the community.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate your time. Okay, folks, I'm barging in on a lot of people. No warning, I'm just here. Bob Hartman, and many people know because he's been involved in elected office in the town of Guilford for almost a long time.
For a while, yeah, and then we do volunteer work, and of course we've got the Keeping Society and our business in town, so yeah. But this is one of the better things to be involved with, really.
Yeah, we're just saying you got 250 people today, they're saying. That's a lot of pumpkin pie.
Capacity, yeah. We'd like to thank Bishops for their support. They give us apple pies and pumpkin pies, and it's brilliant of them, really nice.
Somebody know Bob Hartman also from the name because he's multi-generational. His father was selectman in the town before you got involved in politics yet.
Indeed, he was pension committee and the board of finance, the town's last treasurer.
I loved your father, and he was a Rotarian. Is still a Rotarian.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the greatest thing about Rotary is not just what they do, people who are involved.
Yeah, who they do it to. Some people we do the right stuff, sometimes we don't. But usually it's the right stuff. You know, and we're getting volunteers. I never had Jane before to help me do this, so to have Jane Romero do this takes this whole event to another level as far as I'm concerned.
It's an upgrade, Tony.
Yeah, because let's face it, what do I know? Anyway, Bob, thanks so much.
Thanks for being here.
So what are you doing here? What are you serving?
Well, looking at this whole rack of pies, we've got apple pies and pumpkin pies, and we're going to serve 240-ish slices of pie.
Yeah, and where does this come from?
This comes from Bishop's Orchards.
Wow, amazing. Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations for everything you do. Thank you, Tony. For
all right, Bob. Thank you.
This is capacity crowd. I have never seen it this packed before. So thank you all for coming and welcome.
And it's going to be one heck of a treat because the food is always fantastic. We appreciate the Rotarians, all the volunteers. Tony Fabiano, thank you for being here with GCTV, you and Jane out there. We just appreciate you guys so much and love you so much, too.
So on behalf of the Guilford Rotary Club, I would like to welcome you all here. How many were here 43 years ago when we first did this? Nobody? I was here. At any rate, it is unbelievable to see how this event has grown over the years. How many people remember the old community center on Church Street? How many remember that? That's where we started, in that old brick building, and that old restaurant, and Florence Chittenden was our chef. And we started then. There were probably only about, and Cadillac John Seville was there.
I was.
We probably only, and
I was 4.5 years old, but I was there again.
but he was there. We probably only had about 40 seniors back then, and now I understand there are 220, and they were turning people away. So this is great that to see it, how much it's grown. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. Well, you've earned it.
We have Chris and Angie Town, who, come on up guys, let me just read you a little bit. They've lived in town for 26 years. I have to read this, I don't have it memorized. And they've become very active with their attendance in the senior program over the past few years. They're a military family, so we thank you for your service and your family. Absolutely. You know, it's rewarding as a veteran myself to see the veterans get the kind of recognition that they so richly deserve now. It wasn't always like that many, many years ago. So again, thanks to you and your family. These two have become indispensable helpers for Terry, and they regularly check in to see what they can do to help for the senior program. They've been helpful with shopping and decorating for their special evening dances. What kind of dancing do you do? Slow dance? Caddy man, slow dance. All right. Last year's senior prom was particularly enchanting with their assistance. So thank you, Angie and Chris Town, for your dedication to the seniors program.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, folks, I have another Rotarian, but more importantly, I could not resist the opportunity to say a word with you, have a word with you. This is Rick Maynard, for those of you that don't know, has been the main guy here at the community center forever.
Not quite forever, but about 32 and a half years.
Going to be retired in less than a month, I guess, right? All right, and have you thought about that on day one when the alarm goes off?
What do I do today? Where do I go?
The alarm's not going off. I'm going to sleep. No, I mean, again, I don't have plans. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in town. My grandchildren live in North Carolina, so I'll be able to visit them a little bit more. When I started here, I was, I think, about 37 years old. And now I'm a grandfather with 2 grandchildren, so it's a long time. I'm going to exercise more, do things I haven't had time to do, get out and walk, ride my bike, kayak. I mean, last year, I bought my kayak down at Jacobs Beach. I went once. The year before, I rented the back. I never even got down there. So I just don't have time, so I'm going to have that time to do things that recreate, things I've been helping people do for actually 45 years of my career. I think that, people ask, what's your best accomplishment? And any accomplishment is a team effort. It's never just me. Never. But I think being able to build a staff team that does so much to meet the needs of the community is all of us, not just with me. It's the Parks and Rec department. And without the staff that I have, like I said, I couldn't do the things that I do.
From my perspective, you've done a great job. And have you ever given any thought to politics? Because you're an apolitical person, and you've never been political in what you do. But have you given thought to that being perhaps Plan B?
U.S. President? No, I haven't. There's other ways I can serve the community and committees and things that are not political. And maybe someday I'd be interested in getting on the Parks and Rec Commission. I'd like to continue serving in that way. I've got to take some time. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. It's just going to open it a few years.
All right, thanks for your time. I appreciate it so much.
Tony, thanks for all you do, too.
Lastly, I want to turn it over to Dawn Jackson, who is our president. We're going to make her president for life, I think, right? Please give Dawn Jackson a big, warm welcome. Thank you all for coming. Who wants to do this again next year? Who wants to do it again next year? Raise your hand. All right.
But who really deserves the big thank you? Our dear friend Al Jacobs, who makes sure that this happens every year for the past 43 years. It never fails. A couple of weeks ago, I'm like, Al, we have our luncheon. He's like, it's done. I'm like, okay, it's done. So thank you, really, thank you. So who here understands a little bit about Rotary? People ever engage with Rotary? So Rotary also is starting to help support the community center in a very silent way. Every Wednesday, we have a lunch here. And we have members of all ages, from 35 to 85. Our club needs new members. Our club would appreciate ideas. And we invite you to join us here on a Wednesday for lunch and be our guest. Every Wednesday at 12 o'clock we meet here. We have interesting speakers. We talk about what we're doing. We work on projects to raise funds so we could do things like this luncheon and provide the donations to nonprofits. Or even if there's a family in our community that has a special need, we've jumped into action and knocked on their door and helped them. How we raise these funds, we have 2 major fundraisers a year. One of them is coming up on New Year's Day. It's called Frosty 5K. People get up early in the morning, they come out, they run a 5K, or they walk it. Or our members you can see handing out water, standing maybe on a street corner to make sure that people participating know which direction to go. These are the type of things that Guilford Rotary could use helping hands with. We also have the Lobster Fest every June. Again, Bishop's is a major supporter of this, as they were today for this luncheon. So we thank them. But, right? Bishop's, I don't know if you've seen what they're doing in our community, but the big red barn up on the hill past the high school, they bring smiles to families from all over our region. It's extraordinary what the 6th generation is doing for our community. They're making sure that people know about Guilford, support our economic development, which in turn also comes back to organizations like Rotary in many ways. So we invite you to think about Rotary when Lobster Fest is in town, maybe getting a ticket or having family members go with you. Frosty 5K, checking it out, cheering people on if they're running or walking by your house. And again, we invite you to join us at lunch on Wednesdays if you're interested in just maybe volunteering in the community. You've got the time. You certainly have creativity. You've done a lot of great things during your life. So come join us. And we want to wish you a happy holidays.
So 43 years, because if you're 55, that's, that's great. So we're thankful Rotary. And, a few other things, John mentioned a lot of things that Rotary does, but specifically for the seniors, many years ago they donated a bus. I think we called it Bluebird or Bluebell. It was, when I first came here, it was a bus donated over 30 years ago by the Rotary Club. And I remember we had a problem with an oven in the kitchen. Rotary came through with, I think, $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 and bought a stove for us so we can continue doing the meals that we do. And Don mentioned the lunches. By Rotary coming here for lunch, the revenue that we get from that helps us keep the cost down for all of our daily lunches that we provide for seniors. If we didn't have the help of the Rotary being here every week and paying quite a bit more than what the seniors pay, then our lunch prices would have to go up probably. So they're helping in a long way that way too. Thank you so much for the Rotary Club. Well, come on, let's hear it for them. On January 2nd, we have a kickoff to New Year. We still have room for that lunch. And in fact, my daughter, many of you have heard her sing, Ashley, and my 2 granddaughters are going to be singing to entertainment at that concert on lunch on January 2nd. So please come to those. Thank you for being here. This is one of the things that I just love about the job I'm in. Seeing the cooperation and coordination we have with the Rotary Club and all the staff and the things we're able to put on for seniors in all ages of the community, whether it's 3 kids in a swim lesson or 220 seniors at a lunch, it gives me tremendous satisfaction. This is mental health for me, being here and being a part of this job. But thank you very much for being here today. Thank you, Rotary.
All right, last time. If you got a golden ticket, please come up here and see the big man in the red vest there. Ho, ho, ho. And it's a little token of appreciation from us to you. So thank you all, and we'll see you next year.
God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here we come a-caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and to you that Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. Oh, sorry. Love and joy come to you, and to you at Christmas too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. Oh, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-ba-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-da. soul what I'm going to say. Christmas Eve is coming soon, now you dear old man. Whisper what you'll bring to me, tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when the cast is free, down the chimney roar and laugh with your back you'll free. All the stockings you'll find hanging in a row. Mine will be the shortest one, you'll be sure to know. Johnny wants a pair of skates, Susie wants a sled, Nellie wants a picture board, yellow, blue, and red. Now I think I'll leave to